Well,
We need a diagram.
a Venn diagram.
You know, you're not even allowed to use those in schools anymore.
What is
Venn
that?
diagram?
Was Venn like
Yeah.
fancy or something?
No, you have to use like bubble maps and stuff. And
Bubble maps.
apparently, if you have 2 bubble maps, that's good. But if they overlap slightly, creating a Venn diagram, then all of a sudden, oh no, we don't do that here. It's so stupid.
What?
There's all these like, I don't know, these ones that some dude paid, got paid a lot of money to make, and it's flow chart, and they're trying to reinvent the wheel. It's so stupid.
Wow.
Is it made by Prezi?
I don't know. Could be.
You never use Prezi?
Yeah, a
Presentation?
couple times. That's pretty much only if you don't have PowerPoint. Or no, it did a couple other things. Yeah, it would do. I know what you're talking. It would do like the concept map.
Yeah, and it would be like all this sweet animation. I remember my English teacher at the time was like, we gotta use this. And I was like, bro, can I I know for a fact if I go out into the workforce and I'm like, oh, I got this Prezi, they're like, get the fuck out of here. You're fired immediately.
Fired.
You only use Microsoft Project and don't you dare use Keynote. Unless you're Steve Jobs. The only person to ever use Keynote once.
God, Keynote's terrible.
I've never used it.
I had to teach kids how to kind of use it in my own way.
All right, this is a podcast about Microsoft Office products.
Sponsored by Bill Gates.
Oh, we're not ready for a Bill. Bill's going to get his own write-up, I'm sure. He's working on it. He's going to send it in to us.
His name is William, by the way.
Sponsored by Will I Am Gates.
I promise.
I'm sorry, Bill I Am Gates.
And never at Epstein's Island, ever. Definitely not.
Not once.
Nope, not once. Never even heard of
10
Epstein.
times.
Who is Jeffrey
But
Epstein?
I have. Okay, let's start this podcast. No.
I can't wait to do our conspiracy episode. It's gonna be so
Oh, we're
great.
going to have a conspiracy episode?
Shout out to the future conspiracy episode.
Shout out to our future selves.
Shout out to us, yes.
Yeah, shout out to us. I know you have now 8 million credits in Gran Turismo 7, Mike. Good job.
And
You're really killing it.
Congratulations.
Jason,
You're already more of a millionaire than you are. How many Jaguar XJ220s do you have right now? Is it like it was 2 when I first last checked? It might be 7 now.
Are they different colors at least?
Yes, one.
you've sent future Jase like 18,000 pictures of all your XJ20, and he still doesn't have more than $200,000 because he can't get past that mark.
And I would say that's your bootstraps aren't tight enough, and stop being poor. And that's the only advice I can give to you, Jace. I'm gonna go back to my car collection now of supercars that have different colors. I have one of each now. Some are fully upgraded, some are not, because I need a fully stock one for the collectors to ooh and ah at. There's only 229 XJ220s ever made, and I have 2. Jace,
Are you able to put nitrous on those?
hell yeah!
Oh, sweet. Is there a separate button for that? To engage
Yep,
it? Oh,
yep. It's
nice.
the right stick, and you bet it goes.
That was twice as long as I thought you would do.
Yeah,
You want to go a little longer?
That was impressive.
I was gonna try to go like.
You should make that awkwardly long in the actual episode.
I'll loop it like over and over
Nice.
again. So it
Put
just
some delay on that shit.
make it like a beat of it.
I'm Nick. I'm the drummer. Ultimate Rush
God.
fan.
Wow, what an intro!
Well, I was figuring the music would be right in between that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, hey guys, who wants to laugh?
I'm Mike. Well, here we go again. All 9 billion of you. How are you doing today?
I'm Jase.
We were in a band.
Every episode is just gonna get more and more jaded.
This is our reunion episode.
We're stopping at episode 69. This podcast is gonna cease to exist. So at this rate, we only got about a year.
Well,
Thank God.
if we're on a roll, let's go 68 and then 70 and then move it forward until we're ready to end it, and then we'll do
No, just
69.
68 part 2, part 3, part 4,
So it'll be like
part 5.
the 310th episode. It's our last. What will be titled 69.
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
Nice.
Cool. So the
And then
agenda
we'll
for today.
play Summer of '69 only for 1 hour as a band.
It'd be okay with me. I'm a Bryan Adams guy.
Agenda for today. A few things. First one is setlist making process. You're about to play a show. You got to decide what songs you're going to play. Unless you're one of those bands. I do know one band in the area that they only have one set list. They have their 30 songs or whatever it is, and that is the only. They've been playing those same songs for like a decade, and that's it. They've never had it. They're like a. I don't want to say the name, but it's like a soul band.
What is a set list?
It's kind of like a big band sort of soul R&B thing. But yeah,
Tell the listeners what is a set list. A set list is a list of songs that you play during a set. That's why it's called a set list. And generally, there might be, for us, it's 3 hours of music. When I was playing originals, it was 45 minutes, and oh my God, how we got to make another song? We got to get 45 minutes, and now all of us like one. We usually play 2 to 3 sets, and one of our sets is at least an hour. It's kind of funny to think about it like that.
yeah.
I was never in any bands that had an hour's worth of original music.
The most I ever
blows
got
my
was like
mind.
50 minutes.
Wow.
And my one band, we headlined the Chance Theater, put that in quotations. I mean, we had like maybe 50 or 60 people. That wasn't completely empty.
That's not bad.
We had a couple. We had like 3 opening acts, pretty good. But our headline set was just 50 minutes. It was really cool though because we got like I played there a bunch of times where we didn't have the drum riser. It was like the way that stage worked was there was a drum riser for the headliner. And then everyone else set up drums in front of there.
Yeah.
So you just got the front of the stage.
So they knew they were the shit munchers, and they knew you guys were the gods that night. Nice.
So that night we had the drum riser, and I could jump on top of the drum riser and jump off of it, and then the stage was so huge. Yeah, that'd be the only time I headlined there.
Did you ever play there in the winter?
Yeah.
Freezing. The stage is so cold in the winter.
Oh no, it's absolutely freezing. I mean, in the back because the back door is right there, and that door doesn't shut.
Yeah.
So, and then like you unload on this rickety ass like porch that they have in the back, right outside the back of the stage. It's just like this most ricketiest thing possible, and hasn't collapsed and killed anybody yet. But.
So when you made the set list for that, did you?
There was only like 7 songs, so it's not like there's not 40 like we have now.
But you still got to think about that, right? Like what's the first song? What's the second song? What are you going to end with?
Yes.
Yes. You, there's this whole dynamic process. I like to think of it like a graph. Like you start out kind of you can't start out too slow because then you don't get people into it, and you can't end too slow because then people will be bored when you leave the stage.
We always had the same opener and the same closer. The opener was called Wake Up, and then the last song was called Face, which I mean the chorus was I want to see your face. But anyway, we always closed with that because that was always like a banger, and then Wake Up was like it started with vocals, and he would just say Wake Up, and then the guitar would come in.
That's kind of cool.
And it would be like the riff was I'm doing cymbal crashes around.
That's not right.
So, but yeah. So that was always like for that band. It was always the opener and the closer. That was the only original band that I really structured the set list, kind of,
So like the bands in go ahead, Mike.
No, you're good.
Like the bands in the 70s, like when you talk about set lists, their set lists were like 20 minutes, and there'd be like 4 bands on the bill, and it'd be like Black Sabbath and Rush and Kiss or whatever, and like whoever was headlining would get like an hour maybe, and the other bands would get like 20 minutes, and especially a band like Rush who has 20-minute songs. It's like, what do you choose to play for only that?
You just play 2112 and leave.
so those are different types of sets. Then you got like, Mariah Carey might do like New Year's Eve. She might do 1.5 songs. Like, well, what are you gonna pick for that? And then
the one where she goes.
That's all of them.
I have to brag here. I was at a wedding.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did
Did they have stairs? You rich boy.
They only had like 3 stairs. They were super poor. But they played, like, the DJ took a break and he just played like Bohemian Rhapsody and just left. And so, like, but like, you know the part where right before the heavy part at the end, the for me. I can actually hit that note at the end with like full falsetto, and I did it as like a joke. I was just like, I looked at everyone, I was like, watch, and I did it. I was very proud of myself because it's one of those ones that I can't hit all the time, but I was like, let's see if I can do it tonight.
We need to get more songs where you guys sing.
Nah, I'm good.
We've established the hierarchy of who's the good singer here. Because it's always so, like, even when I was listening back to one podcast and you started singing, like last one, you started singing Third Eye Blind, and I was like, wow, he sounds exactly like the dude. When you started singing it, if I sang it, it would just sound like me singing like.
Oh, this is a Mike song.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a Mike song. We'll pawn it off on him.
It's usually like, hey, does Time DeLonge sing this? Okay, Mike, you can sing it. It's fine. Or Mark Hoppus, you can sing it.
Hello there.
The angel from my nightmare. Yeah. Do that for like 30 seconds, man.
Do your T-shirt.
When?
The Blink-182 T-shirt.
Should I explain?
No, just do it. Let me hear it.
Sure.
Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
Miss you.
There you go.
So different
God.
like touring bands, maybe not currently touring, but a length of sets, like short songs. Who's some of like the bands that play like the shortest sets? I know Megadeth like barely does an hour these days.
Really?
Who else is like really short?
Dave Mustaine's like my throat cancer and like everything. I mean, dude, still singing like. And I'm like, why? Like, damn, man, I can't believe you're still doing that after having the fucking literal throat cancer.
But it's balling. Who else does like really short shows?
Really short shows?
Yeah.
I don't know any. Like Metallica played for like fucking 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 2 hours. Like, they had like a couple openers way early, like during daytime. Then once it started getting dark, they literally like. Actually, I went to see Metallica at the Buffalo Bills Stadium, Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, and I have a live CD of that now because they sell it afterwards. But,
oh, nice.
Yeah, they play like 18 or 19 songs.
Okay.
Oh, and like they have like little interludes and jams and stuff like that.
Yeah, a bass solo.
Yeah.
They don't really do a drum solo necessarily, but definitely bass solo.
I get like, no matter what you want to say to Metallica, you got to give them credit for being like near 60 and still playing like 2 hours. And like, dude, they sounded fucking great. Like James' voice sounds really good. Mm-hmm. They play everything, even the newer recordings. They play half step down, and then they play like some of like the Kill 'Em All and like Ride the Lightning whole step down. So.
I can't even imagine putting together a set list for Metallica.
And you know what's cool? They do a different one every show.
That is cool.
So they do a completely different set. I mean, sometimes they're like, it's like us. Like, one year we have a set, and like we have like the set, and then we kind of just mix the set up for the year. And then like around the holidays, we'll come back and be like, all right, let's like rethink what we're doing here, and like we'll kind of mix things up. That's kind of what they do. Like, they have like a set. And then,
I just heard James Hetfield a couple days ago on an interview. He said that, or no, it was Lars. He was on Club Random, a podcast with Bill Maher, and he said that they're doing weekend shows now, and both nights, and they don't repeat a song.
Oh, wow.
For either night. Dave Matthews done that for decades, but I've never heard of. I didn't know Metallica.
Yeah,
would do that.
but nobody knows any Dave Matthews songs,
No.
so they could easily play like
easily the least talented band ever.
yeah, just like 15 songs, and you never.
Can
It's
Dave
more-
Matthews play Master Puppets? No.
They're more around the 3 hour mark. Rush was always 3. Guns N' Roses, it depends on the night. If Axl's having a good night, it can be over 3. If he's having a bad night, they'll just cancel the show
Did
altogether.
you see Axl with Guns N' Roses with Slash or no?
No, I haven't seen them. I had No, I had tickets pre-Slash, and they canceled that show in Albany. But no, I'm thinking about going into the August show, I think, at MetLife Stadium. Thinking about
there's an August show though?
Yeah, but
There was supposed to be
voice
Metallica and Pantera around that time too.
his voice has gone downhill so bad, but Slash's guitar playing has gotten so much better, so I don't know.
I watched a series of videos of Axl Rose where he was like totally wasted on stage, or just couldn't sing, or forgot the lyrics, or whatever.
He really doesn't drink that much. It's more he just his voice is just fucked.
I'm just surprised
what it
of the
was.
pot bellies these fucking 80s singers have. Like him and Vince Neil have like a running contest for who has the biggest belly.
I can't tell them apart in photos. Like I'm like, oh, that's Axl Rose. Oh nope, that's Vince Neil. It's called the ascites when you drink way too much for way too long.
Really?
Yeah.
And for Vince Neil, he had a lot of work done. Like, why not do some lipo also?
It's not lipo. Like it's not fat is the problem. Ascites is it's basically fluid that builds up in your abdomen and like pushes everything out and gives you the pot belly because like your liver gets fucked up, so it can't produce the right proteins that help regulate water balance.
You're making me feel really bad about this beer right now I'm drinking.
I'm fact check everything you're saying right now.
You
but
guys, you guys,
are you saying the McDouble I'm getting after this podcast is going to be bad for my liver?
Not
my mental
not
health.
for your liver.
The farts that will happen tomorrow will be
Speaking of which,
diabolical.
Is it time to crack one?
Bad for your relationship.
I mean, we started the podcast without a sponsor, so I mean, wow, party foul.
All right,
Dear God.
Jay looks like he's ready for a sponsor. Go ahead. Who's this beer? The beer is going to be its own sponsor, but
All right.
sponsor the beer for us.
We'll see about. I don't know what I got emailed like a whole slew of these by the same sponsor. So they make a lot of different products. So I guess we'll start with this one. They said we can just kind of pick and choose. So all right, this one is sponsored by Snyder's Butt Bra. Have you ever seen a girl with a butt that's just too low for her body? Make her wear a butt bra. It's a bra for your butt. The Butt Bra. Snyder's Butt Bra. The bra for your butt.
Wow, I'm glad these sponsors are actually including the brand name in it.
I appreciate that, but I can't imagine buying this product. Wait, edit that out. I don't think I'm allowed to say that because we still
wait.
Yeah.
Cut.
We appreciate all the many monies they give us.
Yes. Thank you, Snyder's. Bra. God damn it. Okay. What's this next section?
Oh, hold on.
We're still talking about setlist, but we need a sponsor.
Oh shit. Yeah.
We're,
Oh, I just cussed. I'm sorry.
Foster's Australian for beer.
He had to speak
No,
Australian.
this is much better than Foster's, I'm sure. This is so.
that's the worst Australian accent I can possibly do.
That was pretty bad.
You're welcome.
I don't think they're going to allow you into the country now.
Oh, I like Australia.
You know who's Australian?
But Australia and like Denmark are the two places I would go.
ACDC.
Flea.
Really?
Did it really?
Yeah.
He wasn't from LA?
No.
Moved there when he was little?
Fuck no. He lived in Australia until he was like 6 or 7. His dad got a job in the government in New York or Washington or some shit.
Interesting.
So what beer is this?
This is Burlington Beer Company.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
Look
make
for
great
this one.
coats in their factory.
Yeah, it's a coat factory, but they also sell utensils for some reason.
9% double IPA called Peasant King. In the first
In the first ME goes to
sip here, it smells expired. It smells exceptionally expired.
Was it sitting in your fridge? Because it's probably expired.
No, this is one I bought last week.
Did you buy
I
it?
mean, Burlington Coat Factory Brewery has sponsored us. I didn't buy this.
Did you?
I'm not poor. Stop it.
Did you buy it from Nick's
I
fridge?
have 4 million credits in Gran
Everything in
Turismo.
there is
I'm not
updated.
poor.
Yeah, if that's not expired, it's just really bad.
I think this is one where I couldn't find a date on it, and I was like, I'm taking a chance.
I mean, it'll get you drunk. It was 9%. Now it's like 11.5 or something.
It can't be that old, dude.
Smell it.
Smelling just the mic. Don't smell anything, huh?
It smells like microphone. You know the one game I'm not poor in is F1. I have got
Oh yeah,
so many
this
points.
is spicy. All right.
All right, so that beer was a little bit of a letdown. All right, keep going with the
Not
stuff.
really, dude. You never had. You have hung out with me and the boys at Obscure. Shout out to Obscure Oscillation Brewing Company.
Shout out. Poughkeepsie, New York.
We bring like bottle shares and stuff, and it's all aged beer,
Yeah.
5 to 7 years.
Well, it's the stuff that's meant to be aged.
I will age anything. Everything is meant to be aged.
Give it a try. You tell me it's not expired.
100% expired.
That tastes skunked as hell.
And you know what?
It's got that caramel taste to it.
Let me talk about the environmental impact of the beer industry right here. Just going for a 20.
Here's the soapbox.
A 45-minute exposition on the environmental impact of the craft beer industry. I will say that it's kind of disheartening. Oh, we just hit bar 666.
Oh shit!
It's sweet.
It is kind of disheartening that like sometimes I go into the beer store and I'm like, oh sweet, I love this beer. And I grab it and it's like 6 months old and I'm like, probably can't have this because you have to drink this beer within like a fucking month for it to actually be good, which kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. So like, figure it out, guys.
I know
dry
to
hopping.
look at the date because I never look at the date at all. So
Neither does Nick. Wow.
oh my god,
Teach him.
we're brothers.
Teach him.
We're beer brothers.
That was
Nick
one
is-
time. That was one time. It was
Nick's
a
like,
hell of a deal.
He's like, oh, this beer's only 3 years expired. It's crappy fucking Pilsner. Here you go, guys. I bought beer. He's like, I brought beer this time, guys.
It was
the most expired beer possible.
It was my
Like,
favorite German brewery. Shout out to Hacker Schnorr, but I don't know what that was doing in the beer world because it was on sale for like $12.99 and it was way fucking
And
expired.
the beer cans were completely round. They were spherical.
It was like apples.
That's how bloated
they were like bulging out the sides.
Botulism.
Has anyone died from botulism since 1939?
Yeah, this guy Tim. Tim, that motherfucker.
That's the guy I used to work with. I gotta bleep that out.
Oh, really?
I don't know why I just spit it out because it's such a perfect name, Tim.
Shout out to bleep, bleep.
Hey, shout out to Tim. Bleep, 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 bleep.
That's one of those
Bleep,
names you don't
bleep, bleep,
forget.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
It's a lot of syllables for a last name.
All right, now that 8 billion listeners are left, and now only 1 billion are left.
So-
should we go back to the set list? How we structure our set list?
Yeah, so
Wow. What were we talking about?
we did how other people will structure their set list. So well, we didn't actually do structure of their set list. We just did length.
We haven't talked about shit.
I mean, well, you mentioned
we
that other
talked-
band.
we-
you had a same opener, same closer.
That's
There's a
an
lot of
original.
big bands that do that too. Like AC/DC always plays for those about to rock last. You can always bank on that. They've been doing that since '81 when they came out with it.
But as a cover band, when every single song that you play is a hit, how in the hell do you make a set list out of that?
And I'll tell you, the one that destroys your voice the most, you put at the end.
I appreciate that very much. Because then I can go all out on that song.
All right,
What?
and that got edited out, so we're back again. Welcome, listeners. So
This is our 5th episode. I'm Jase.
I'm Mike.
I'm Nick.
So
We're in a band.
we usually try to start the audience out like slow and low, kind of like a slow cooker, not a microwave, if you know what I mean.
Examples, please.
So generally, should I say the songs that we play? I mean, are we? Am I giving away trade secrets? It's like a union where like you can only if I let it go. Listen, Pandora doesn't go back into the box. She only comes out.
You're thinking of toothpaste. You can't put toothpaste back into Pandora's box.
What?
Fuck. Oh, it's in the tube. Okay. Very nice.
Anyway, so I try to start like the beginning of the night is kind of like songs that like people are just coming in, blah 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 blah. So I'll start with like generally we've been for the last like since this band has been made. It's always been Slide by Google Dolls after our sound check song. And I got to tell you, man.
Breakfast at Tiffany's soundcheck song. Or Counting Blue Cars.
Or Counting Blue
So,
Cars.
listeners, you basically have to picture how we do this. You have to picture a song that like you listen to And it's not going to get you super excited, but it's going to get you like, oh yeah, I know the song. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you always see the women go, why don't you, son?
Yeah. But then naturally, I forget the lyrics and just kind of make it up.
I want to make you where you are. That's what you're going to hit. And then I try not to kill myself, and I'm playing that song because
Do you want to get married? That's my favorite part.
I really
do want to get married.
I like the oh May. Put your arms around me, which it is, I don't know the lyrics this part, but in my head, don't tell me what the lyrics are. In my head, it's what you is, what you are, it's beautiful, oh May.
Because you said that, now I completely forgot what the actual lyrics are.
Oh, June.
Oh, man.
Oh, June. Oh, God.
Oh, Jude, don't make us something.
Totally do that.
So because of this, when I fuck this up, when I mess this up at the next show,
Wow, just fired immediately.
I'm sure you guys have a Excel Excel spreadsheet to replace me.
There's always an Excel sheet somewhere.
We're always ready to replace each other. Audience, just know that.
So, at any moment,
There's
a run
They're
to-
waiting out in the parking lot right now.
there's a run to cover chat happening right now.
They're trying
Between
to
one of us, we're like the Spider-Man meme. We're just pointing at each other. We don't know who it is.
They're trying to do
there
a
are
seance.
three
Like, please
run
fuck
to
up,
cover
please fuck
chats.
up.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 possible variations.
Gotcha.
Generally, we start with that song, and then from there, it's kind of like a mash of like, what is a song that like if no one hears, I don't care if they don't hear it, because like generally as a cover band, we're usually the first like 5 songs of the night. The audience is getting warmed up, they're starting to drink a little bit, and we're kind of just getting started and everything like that. People are still coming in and everything, if people come in at all. That's never happened to us
Wah, wah.
personally.
No, we always have at least 3 billion people.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a line around the corner every time Run for Cover plays.
Just with the velvet rope and everything.
But generally, if it's a good night, people are like still coming in and stuff like that. And as the night goes on, I will start playing more exciting music as like the day goes on. That's a typical bar gig. I mean, and I try to structure things where like sometimes you have a gig where people stay all the way to the end, and then sometimes you have a gig where most of the like bangers are going to be like the meat, like in the middle of the set. We play a 3-hour set. You're thinking between after hour 1, but like an hour and a half in between that. In the last half hour, sometimes people start going home, they get drunk, they want to go bang each other. You know, that's usually what happens at around 11 to 12 at night. Yeah.
I always feel bad when we play a banger when no one is watching or listening.
That's why
you're like, oh man, if there were just more people here, this would have fucking killed.
I know. But a lot of times people do stay at the end, and it's nice. I mean, we really don't have too many, as long as we don't play till like 1 a.m. or something like that. Yeah. And
that's
granted.
Rare.
If you're a cover band in Tennessee, it's normal to play from 10 to 1 a.m. That's just the scene there. For us, in part of the country we're in, we'll play from anywhere from 7 to 10, 7:30 to 10:30 to 9 to 12 is usually the latest, absolute latest. But
once the audience is warmed up, though, like you can pretty much play anything, and they'll definitely love it. Because we played Breakfast at Tiffany once at PB. Way late. It was third set.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I remember.
Third set. I have some video of it, and like everybody's singing along. I was like, oh crap! Like everybody's like hands up and everything. Loving it.
So that's really all it is. It's a matter of the audience actually getting lathered up. It's not a matter of what we play or how good we are.
Yeah, because for Guns N' Roses or anybody like that, like they don't need to treat the audience like they're a giant,
because people get drunk beforehand.
Absolutely.
In other words, people like kind of start doing like little roundabout.
And they already know what they're there to expect. So they can start off with "Welcome to Jungle" or "Night Train,"
or Mr. Brownstone.
That's never the first song. It's always after Night Train.
That is
usually.
the first song, Dick. I've seen them. No,
Yeah, because they got Welcome, Mr. Brownstone.
I've seen every video of them. Ever.
Wait, do you know that song or no?
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Brownstone.
It's pretty close.
We got fun games.
Yep.
They're mashing two songs.
I'm the one they
It's
She likes the mash.
No, I'm the one they call the Mr. Brownstone. I'm the one that's funny game.
Now you're mashing three songs together.
Take me down to the Mr. Brownstone.
son of a-
The grass
you
is green
sons
and
of
the girls
bitches.
are pretty.
You are disgracing Guns N' Roses.
Brownstone, yeah.
Axel, Slash, and Duff would be rolling in their soon-to-be graves.
Slash is the Gibson ambassador. How dare you say death on him?
I am not wishing death on that. on
Ollie
Slash.
Ack, not Slash.
He has gotten so much better at guitar, though. He literally never puts the guitar down. And John Trepucci from...
Oh, my God.
That's all he has to
Wow,
say.
wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
He
Well,
plays him and the
Reverse.
bassist play from Tree Theater. They play 6 hours a day minimum, and Slash is like almost doubling that. It's insane.
I wish I was impressed.
I'm impressed.
Hey, if I didn't have to work so much on computers and shit, I'd be all about practicing 6 hours a day.
Slash just got the first 3 hours of Slash's practice routine is trying to find a guitar because he's got like 7,000 of them. I watched a video of like most of his collection. He's like, "Oh, where is this one? Yeah, I gotta go find.
I wanna
man,
I wanna
He's
see
like,
that.
I've
never seen
it's
it.
a 2-hour video on Gibson's YouTube.
He finds
I watched,
one guitar in that entire 2 hours.
I watched it twice.
I know he took a bunch of lessons and stuff when like on his downtime.
But he goes through he goes through every guitar. And do you want to hear a fun fact of
Doing more of that
Gibson
expired shit,
history
please.
here?
Yes.
Did you know that the Appetite for Destruction guitar that he recorded the Appetite album with, and he toured for that year
Are you
with,
talking about Axel?
Appetite for destruction.
Did Axel play lead
it
guitar?
sounds
on
like
that?
a fair is coming to town or something.
He's a carnival.
It's like a fun house and shit. Like,
He's definitely doing a little jig. Thank you, sir.
Appetite for the brownstone.
So yes,
hello,
Axel,
my darling. Hello, my darling.
Axl Rose played lead guitar in Appetite for Destruction at a carnival tour. In a Trailer Park Boys episode of Out of the Park USA, I think, they actually featured the Gibson factory on it, and Alex Lifeson from Rush is in the episode, and he's like playing on the street for pennies and stuff, and he goes into to Gibson. He's trying to get more of his signature series Les Paul so he can sell them on the side to make money because Rush is over and he's depressed. It's hilarious.
So, but now that's real life. Oh. Moment of silence for Rush. But I looked up his signature, funny enough, like last week, and I was like, I could probably afford one of these. Let me look at this. And it was $6,000.
Oh God! No.
We just need to get a good sponsorship.
Yes. Oh,
Alex-
we
Alex,
have
you guys-
good sponsors.
You guys just need to be more entertaining. Oh, we do. We have some great
They,
sponsors.
they mostly just
We
try
really
and
do.
pay us in beer and butt
bras.
Schneider's butt bras.
It's done wonders for me. Like I've got so much more love lives since I got my butt bras.
Get a lot more action with his ass walking around.
So much to lift.
His little donk.
I walk down the street with much more confidence.
All right, so we're going from the middle of the first set. Dear God, we've only gone to the middle of the first set. In general, I also have to think about with sets. How many? So for us, like I sing a few songs, and Jay sings 90% of the songs. A lot of the songs. None of this matters.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
So.
Just say Smith again.
Schneider's butt bro. So, the worst podcast ever.
We've already been canceled, guys. Let's just have fun.
We
with this.
still have $1 billion left. Come on.
Let's hang on to this billion. Okay, so second set.
So, no, well, what I was trying to say is, usually I try to give Jay a break every a maximum 4 to 5 songs. Not that like his voice will absolutely explode, but it's something that you have to take into account. It's also difficulty of singing songs. Like if it's a song Jay sings Alanis Morissette, he does it, and we have to give that man a break after singing Alanis Morissette.
Generally, have to give men a break after singing Alanis. That's
yeah, I mean
standard fare.
Mostly, at last time I checked, he is not a woman, so it's very difficult to sing that stuff. So
it's true.
But and then for most of that, there's that, and then the other thing is just the overall pacing of the night. Transitions are another thing we have to like think about, like
we have to do some more of those
where we go from one song to another. Because if you hear a lot of like pro wedding bands or a lot of like even just professional bands, there's no dead air.
Yeah,
like,
they'll mash up 5 or 6 songs all together. It'll sound like one song, and all of a sudden you'd be like, "Oh, they're playing fucking."
But yeah, a touring band doesn't do that. The touring band will do once or twice in the whole show. But the rest of it is like, they end the song and they wait for applause, and that's the end of it. Go to the next one.
So Periphery a lot of times would put in like their electronic samples from the album in between sets. Because usually they would change guitars. So like, oh, we got an 8-string guitar in this song. They would go a 7-string, play that for like 3 songs, and then they would go to a 6-string guitar for a couple songs, and then we go back to a 7-string.
Periphery is a lot like Tool or some of those other bands where there's a lot of noise tracks in between actual songs.
Yeah,
like 10,000 Days or Lateralis. Like Lateralis has about 5 or 6 actual songs. Everything else is just noise tracks.
Can I
in
just
between.
say something?
You just did. I guess you got a microphone. So
the noise tracks on Tool albums are fucking useless.
I hate them. Whenever I would make playlists, I would make the album, but I would delete all the shit.
The last song on Undertow is 15 minutes long, and it's just fucking noise.
Yeah,
the entire time.
But it's actually not. It's the fact that on the CD there's 59 tracks of 1 second of silence, and then it gets to the actual song at the end, and that's I feel like that's a lot of things that Spotify is missing. Like okay, since this is part of our MO here, a Hanson album, Underneath. There's a song called Lullabelle.
It All.
Underneath It All is talking about. At the end of the album, there's a song called Lullabelle, but it's after 14 and a half minutes of silence. But when you listen to it on Spotify, you don't get that song because they're not going to put the 14 minutes of silence on there.
Good.
Hey, get out of my house right now.
It's my house.
Yes, this song right here. But that's actually on Spotify. I did hear that.
But it's only I just looked at it. It's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me see. Oh, and dude. So yeah, like it's only that. And when I got the CD, it just said this is Green Day Dookie for the listeners. You heard that, but maybe you didn't fully hear that. That's the last song on the record. If you look at the back of the tracks and stuff like that. And I remember the first time I ever listened to it, I was listening to it, and all of a sudden, like it just kept on. Like I watched like the seconds go, and it just kept on going, and I was like,
"That's exciting, right?"
I was like, "Okay," and then all of a sudden, this song started playing, which. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, this song.
It sounds like world music.
I remember this.
Please start the song.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This is one of the first songs I learned on guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it start on D?
Dude, we're not making
it. Yeah, it does actually.
I'm just gonna play this song.
It's D to G.
No one was looking.
No idea what this is.
This is Trey Cool singing this.
Oh god, that's what we all need is some more Trey Cool singing in our lives.
I'll bet the song isn't even copyrighted.
I was all by myself.
Key change.
All by myself.
Is this a joke song?
Yeah. Okay. It's at the end of the album. There's like 8 minutes of silence, and then the song just starts.
I mean, joke song or possibly the most profound thing they've ever done in their careers.
Dave Matthews, they kind of did something like that on their first album. There was like 11 songs or so, and then the 12th song was called Number 34.
I love that one.
But what they did was so the last song was called Number 34. So tracks, they had a whole bunch of dead tracks that were like a half a second. So when you're playing the album, it's on track 11. Track 11 finishes, and it goes 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way down. Eventually, it's to number 34, and then the song called Number 34 plays on the 34th track.
That's something that's definitely gone from digital.
Do you know?
There's no way to have secret songs anymore.
No, there's not. And do you know what song was going to play after that? The best song. My favorite Green Day song.
It's a great song. That whole I listened to the album on the way here. Burnout. I love Burnout.
The Ramones' greatest hits. Yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
it sounds
burning.
like.
I'm not growing up. I don't care no more. I'm growing up without a growing board.
Nick doesn't know, man.
No, I don't.
I mean,
I did start
you
on,
never-
actually on the way home today. I started listening to a Jimmy Eat World album.
Which one?
Sorry.
Yeah, the one with all the hits.
Bleed American.
Yeah.
Really?
See,
So far, I'm only on like track 4, and 2 of them are ones we play already.
Yeah.
So the other 2, I'm not that impressed yet.
so Bleed
you
American.
don't like this song?
it was okay.
Bleed American is Jimmy Eat World's Red Hot Chili Peppers Californication. That's the one that had like all their hits.
Man.
Californication had like 8 or 9 hits off of it.
It really is.
It wasn't that
Bleed
many. It was like
American,
4 or
A Praise
5.
Chorus, The Middle, Your
Wasn't that
House,
many?
Sweetness. Like they're all
Yeah.
in a row. Amazing.
Well, I don't know about like Your House because like I feel like people that listen to Jimmy Eat World know the song.
All right, so can I read off the amount of plays for each one?
Yes, please.
All right. Bleed American, 80 million plays. Pretty good. Our Praise Chorus, 21 million plays. Steep drop off. The Middle, 686 million plays.
God.
Your House, 5.8 million
There
plays.
you go. There you go.
And then Sweetness, 149 million plays.
Damn.
Then Hear You, Hear Me, or Hear You Me, 94
I love
million.
this song.
Yeah,
I
it's a
love
good
this song so much.
Californication had 5 hits.
Only
California-
5?
No.
Around the World,
no.
Parallel Universe, Scar Tissue, Other Side, Californication.
No,
Is Get On Top a hit?
Yeah, Get On Top.
I don't know it.
Easily.
Easily, I don't know it. Porcelain. I don't know it. Emmett Remus.
Yeah, Emmett Remus.
I don't know it. I Like Dirt.
I like dirt. I like dirt.
This Velvet Glove, Savior, Purple Stain, Right on Time, Road Tripping.
I used to love hitting that when I had the. Do you know what actually, like even the modelers don't do it as well? I had the bass Big Muff when like we first started this band. I bought one. It was cheap. It was like $80.
Yeah.
I bought one and I remember like hitting that low E. It was like, oh my god, it's perfect. Like that's what that sound is. But it's just a Big Muff.
$80 is cheap to Mike, just so everybody knows.
Listen, I'm not. I'm sorry that I have 4 million credits. Okay,
Just
and I have
make it a
2
rain with those
Jaguar
credits.
XJ220s. Okay.
Sell one of them, man. Make some dough.
Hell no.
Sell
I
one
got-
to me.
I got a purple one
For
that
free.
I got a purple one that is reminiscent of Need for Speed 2, where you got the purple.
Need for
XJ2.
Speed Hot Pursuit 2 had Rush Song, One Little Victory, instrumental version. It's
Really?
part of the soundtrack, yeah.
Resident Evil Code Veronica had Kill Switch Engage, End of Heartache with no screaming.
Oh shit, was that Mike Portnoy on drums? Or no, that was
it's Avenged Sevenfold.
I get them confused.
We just started playing this song.
And we're full.
Yeah, that's it.
This is one of the things that we give Mike extra work to do because he already made the set list for this weekend, and we added 2 songs today, or just 1?
Yeah, so, definitely
'cause-
Parallel Universe.
Yeah, but Parallel Universe. That's the only one we actually added that we
Nick
had.
Nick is very nervous about Limelight.
We're gonna play it. I know we're gonna play it. He's gonna come around.
His face
on
right
it.
now, he just got anxiety up his chest.
you gotta understand, it's it's
back
my
is sweating.
everything. It's got to be perfect. If it's not perfect,
All right, you're gonna listen back to it, and
They're on a pedestal.
Nick, what I was telling you at practice, you did it in the last take. Listen back to it. That's all you got to do.
I got it on the last take, but it was a little bit of luck.
It's always luck, man. Every time we play a song, it's luck.
Rick Beato would say it's not luck. It's practice.
It's not ready. It's got to be perfect. It's not ready yet. We're almost there. We're getting close.
So for like, and then the other thing with set lists.
Second set. Oh wait.
I was gonna go through. So second set and third set are very similar. There's gonna be a lot of bangers, but the second set's gonna start off a little softer, but like not quite as much as the first set. Second set, by the end of it, we're gonna get a rousing applause. Usually, we end with my own worst enemy because it's a good ending song.
Make them want more.
Make them want more to come back for us to play like Alanis Morissette or something.
Forcibly make them drink more.
Then we play Mr. Brightside, which makes all the white girls go crazy. every time Jay starts the riff, the hardest riff ever made.
It's so difficult, and I've been playing guitar for 25 years. It's still
I don't
the
know
hardest
if I've
riff I know.
ever heard it played totally cleanly yet.
It's not
knocking me. I know it's hard.
You are knocking me.
Well, yeah.
All right, Mike, check that Excel spreadsheet. Let's get the next drummer.
No problem.
Well, no, let's get the next guitar so we can play it cleanly.
Whoa! You just
Well. How the turntables.
Just the both of us.
flip the Uno card on me.
Reverse Uno card.
Yeah, no, that's a hard riff.
But by the third set, everyone's drunk. We're trying to get them to keep drinking and stay and just fucking yell along the songs.
What if I hold one of the strings for you? Because like your palm kind of gets in the way of leaving one of them clean.
That's not a terrible idea.
I told you, that's like the trick where you play when you play. Oh my god, the Dragon Force song. What's the Dragon Force song?
In through the flames.
Through
Through
fire.
the fire and flames. When you do that on Guitar Hero and you put the rubber band on the green button, so you go but that's really the keyboard part. Don't know why you're playing it on guitar because guitar only does bam, dan, 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 dan. But the hardest part of the song is the intro, which is actually a fucking keyboard, which is hilarious. They make you play it on guitar. But anyway,
That's the worst.
that's
thing
what we
in
do
the
with my friend. He was able to beat it like 80% on expert. We just put a rubber band. We put a scrunchie on like a guitar, like a girl's scrunchie on the fucking green button.
So in order to beat that level, I have to get a girlfriend first.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Unfortunately.
Those don't really go together. Guitar Hero and girlfriend.
No, it was a sister scrunchie. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
Nobody had a girlfriend.
That's more realistic.
Can I just point out that my girlfriend is 10 times better at Guitar Hero than I will ever be?
She plays a medium, bro.
Way better than I can play.
I never saw anyone better than me at Guitar Hero with the controller. I was really fucking good with the controller. Just shout out to me.
Shout out to Nick for being better at everything than everybody everywhere ever.
Anywhere.
It was like, why are you using controller, man? And I was like, I had been dabbling in guitar for like 6 months. I was like, because I know what real guitar is. That's stupid. And that's not it. Meanwhile, I'm just making horrible.
Can't do this.
I'm just making horrible noises on my Fender Starcaster.
Oh my god, the Starcaster.
And not the sweet Jackson that's looking me in the face right now.
Shout out to the Sweet Jackson.
It doesn't even have a Floyd.
I've come so far.
Disc.
That's actually my second electric guitar. It was the Starcaster, and then it was that.
I'm not gonna lie, Nick. I remember I showed you, my backup guitar, the PRS
What color?
SE, the green one.
It's
Yes.
Trampus Green.
Trampus green.
I like that.
I showed it to you, and you're like, "How much does this cost?" I was like, "About this for $650," and you're like, "What?" I could have bought that for like $200 more. I was like, it was used. I bought it from some guy.
Nick can't imagine anything that costs more than like $200.
200, 200 easy.
$20.
It's gonna make me nauseous over here.
If we're like, Nick, this mic costs $120, he's like, oh my god, that's $100 too much.
If Nick knew how much the mic he was speaking
Stop. I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
Just say a price real quick.
No, don't.
$7,000.
So the genesis of how we started making set lists, if you guys remember, it was, I believe it started with just Mike, and then it didn't go so well a couple of times, and then it went to...
Yeah, we fired that guy.
I think then you made it once or twice, Jim.
So we've been a band for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
With us three, we've had several other people here and there, but with us three, I've
not
made,
mentioned.
they who shall not be mentioned. I've made the set list maybe 3 times.
Yeah, it was, and all 3 times was in those early days. I think I might have done it once or twice.
No, I feel like I made one in the last year or so.
Did you?
I mean, like, you guys always give your input.
Right.
So it's never like...
So that's how it kind of evolved. I think the one of the ones who shall not be named it a couple times.
After
didn't go well.
Exactly. We gotta start with a banger, and I was like, bro, no one's gonna be there. I'd fucking say, okay.
I remember that. Yes, I remember that.
We just played all the good songs right away. No one was there. Oh wow, what? We don't have any good songs to play anymore. We're just gonna play all the stuff that should have been the first. Oh, who could have saw this coming?
So
I could have never predicted this.
So we kind of do it this way now. Like I usually send Mike the song suggestions first. Jay sends
And I say,
one
Nick,
song
these are all
suggestion.
very bad. I'm ignoring this list.
Jay says 1 or 2 suggestions, and then Mike puts it together. And so he makes the flow, he does the key match, all the stuff we went through. We kind of divide our songs into thinking like which are the dancey ones, which are the rockin' ones, which are the chill ones. What kind of a vibe should this specific show go towards? So, for example, the show we're about to play in a couple days is going to be an outdoors event, so that kind of plays a role in this. It's a very unique event. It's a skydiving autism awareness fundraiser thing. So we're mostly...
Very good cause.
Yes, very good cause. Shout out to Greystone Programs, Inc. We're mostly going to be background music for this one, so we put more of our chill stuff in this one. It's also an older crowd, but also like kids. So it's, more of our boomer related stuff, like what's the Tom Petty one we do?
Oh, I didn't put that in the set.
Boomer.
Should we play that one?
We should definitely play that one for that.
Welcome to the Mary Jane.
We got fun.
brownstone.
Last dance of Mr. Brownstone. One more time to kill the... Welcome to the jungle.
Black Dog.
Oh, that's a shout out to
Why
our
do
first
they
episode.
call that song Black? So stupid. But one thing we've done lately is during transition time and stuff, we've actually included some specific shout outs. So like we'll write in the set what exactly are the dates of our upcoming shows, and this break I'll talk about Instagram, follow us or whatever. It's usually me doing that stuff, but whatever.
Jay and I, if you haven't followed this podcast, which you should be, and
Shame on you if you haven't.
Shame on you, and if you have to, go back and listen to every
Hex
episode.
on your family.
Forever, I have your hair. I made a voodoo doll.
We have your DNA. If you don't listen to us, we'll turn you in.
I hope you have a beautiful son who's really tall and good at sports, and then he can't use his legs anymore, has a track and I hope you know that pain. Don't you put that evil on me.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me.
Paraphrasing from Talladega Nights.
Cool. Sweet baby Jesus.
And then we also always do a refinement as we're doing on the spot right now.
I was gonna make a point, but I forgot what it was now.
I don't really have a sponsor, but Nick reminded me of a note I made for this podcast. I don't even know what this note is supposed to mean. It's on my phone, so I have to say it, and then I'll delete it. It says, high school kids, MMA at gym, -- turn into masturbation joke, ? Can
you repeat that?
Can you use it in a sentence?
I need to process this.
It says, high school kids, MMA at gym, turn into masturbation joke? Question mark.
I don't know where to go with that.
I don't know. That's our sponsor for this part.
Oh,
I guess.
jeez.
Whatever.
We actually
our brand new segment's gonna come right now.
I actually just got word we have another sponsor.
Oh, wow.
This sponsor is from politics. Politics. Everyone is an expert all of a sudden. Hate is good, and no one is ever wrong. Politics.
Thanks, politics.
Thanks, politics, for ruining everything since 2016.
Can I ask how much they paid us? Like what's my cut of what they paid?
Your cut's 35, 40 cents around in there. Yeah, not
They
too good.
paid us $1.12.
So Jay's
No,
cut is
that-
35, 40 cents.
that's your cut.
Nick's cut is $47 million.
And Mike gets paid only in Grand Theft Auto credits.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo,
Sir,
whatever.
I play only mature racing games.
Racing Sims.
Racing Sims. And actually, if you were a real racing sim, you would play Assetto Corsa Competizione.
No, you would play iRacing.
It's all about Laguna Seca, man. Come on, get your act together.
Wow.
Laguna Seca. Oh my Jesus, this fucking noob.
Dude, the GT40 Laguna Seca was made for it. Let's go.
Is
I just
it
don't even
Mazda?
know-
Is it Mazda or WeatherTech Laguna Seca?
I don't even know where to start with this guy.
WeatherTech.
That's what
Okay,
it's called
okay.
now. WeatherTech
All right.
Laguna Seca. I looked at that. I was like, no,
Really?
it's not.
They
Yeah.
sponsor?
I'm
It's not
into
Mazda
WeatherTech.
WeatherTech makes good shit. Not sponsored,
Stuff.
but you should sponsor as WeatherTech.
Yeah, I'll
Please
take
hook
some
us up.
mats.
You know, I'm really glad I can delete that one thing I just wrote. Thank you guys for.
So we're gonna go into a new segment we've been waiting to unveil for a long time.
Oh, did you say unveil?
He's drunk.
Yeah, unveil. Why?
Oh wait, I have a sponsor.
Unveil.
I have a sponsor from
Don't
Mike's,
you unveil?
from
You
Mike's
unveil.
unveil.
You unveil. It's like a veil. You're
No, you
unveil.
unveil.
You're taking a young dead calf.
And I'm killing it? What am I now?
You're
Reversing time? I got Doc Brown and shit with the fucking DeLorean?
Pretty
No.
much.
Now,
No, unveil. You don't say.
unveil.
oh my god,
It's a veil that you were
Nick.
like over your head.
Nick,
like
we may need to realize that he may have never actually heard this word spoken out loud. He might have only ever read it.
a bride is at the altar. The veil is in front of her face. You take it.
You unveil it.
off so you can kiss her.
You remove the sheet of meat from
You know
her
what it
face.
is? It's because of Ear Sausage Studios. He's been hanging out with Tiki Bob at Ear Sausage Studios too much.
I've dude, I've been on this earth 30 years. I've never said unveil. Who the fuck says unveil?
Literally every human being. in
It's
existence.
unveil. You unveil it.
You remove the veal from their face. you take the veal chop off their face and lick the gravy
Veal
off.
chops.
I don't even want to do this new segment anymore. I'm over it.
No. Just wipe the gravy off.
Okay, gravy.
If you want,
All right,
if you
got-
want a different sponsor, I can give you a different
The
sponsor.
veal has been removed.
We have many.
I got a sponsor. Okay, I got a sponsor.
Okay.
Okay, sponsored by McDonald's. Thank you for giving me terrible gas in the morning when I leave this podcast and eat a McDouble and 6-piece nuggets and making me feel terrible. Thank you, McDonald's. I'm not loving it.
Oh, should we have a beer for this segment?
That was from his fiance.
Let's have a beer for this.
That was from some Dominican lady.
Who may rename who may rename
Remain nameless.
What's her name, Renee?
I'm gonna call her Renee for now.
All right.
See what she says.
Moment of silence.
Ooh.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Down.
This is another one from Grim Arsenales. Shout out Grim, Brooklyn. Maximum Happiness IPA. What percent? 7%.
Hey, Mike,
What's up?
will you pour my beer for me and I will go get you guys my surprise?
Oh shit! I forgot about the surprise.
You guys, the surprise.
5 hours later.
Are you? Why is Jay knocking on the door?
Yeah, I think you have to open it.
What do you mean?
Why did you lock it? We're ready.
He's. Are you like holding the doorknob on
Yes.
the other side?
He's holding the doorknob.
Okay.
I might be.
All right.
Hold on. I'm not ready.
Insert drum roll.
I'm not ready.
Shh. Jay's gonna come in with our surprise. And it's gonna happen in 3, 2, 1.
Oh
Holy shit! He bought a keytar. Oh my god, Mr. Jordan Rudis. It's a Roland. It's
Axe
black with
edge.
some red to it. It's even turned on right now.
I'm
turned on. I'm turned
lie. I did not expect this.
The keys are all black. There's no white keys on there. Do you have the modulation thing on there?
This has everything.
Oh my.
This has everything. This has
God.
every sound. You
Get
can
in front of a
possibly
microphone, please.
All they're gonna hear is the plastic clacking.
Wow. Do not tell me how much that cost.
Jase has bought a. What is the model of this keytar?
The Axe Edge Roland.
This is the Roland Axe Edge.
It looks like an
wait,
axe too. You could like chop my head off with that thing.
You're hearing the Roland Axe Edge.
Not plugged
Wow.
in. Not plugged in.
No, that's exactly what it sounds like plugged in.
So, all right. So, how is this gonna? Are you gonna put like your bass on a stand, or you're gonna?
I'll just throw
you're
the
gonna do
bass aside.
songs-
This is going to be my instrument from now on.
Are you gonna like hold the bass up? Like, are you gonna put the strap for the bass like up high, up like by your neck, and have
It
like
already
two at the
is
same
up there.
time?
Listeners, if you've seen this, I wear my bass up high. This can actually go below the bass.
So, what was the inspiration for getting this?
Wanting one. No, I've been getting really into synth again lately, and I started watching a bunch of synth videos, and I was like, you know what? I really want to bring back some synth, some synth to the band, and I realized there's so many songs that we do that could easily be done with the synth bass, like My Own Worst Enemy. There's no reason it needs a specific bass guitar. Like the bass guitar has nothing in that song. Like you don't need like the specific timbre of the bass guitar string. So I could do anything with that. We could bring back Buddy Holly. And,
Yes.
and this thing has it doesn't have as much as the Korg Kronos does, but it has like I can split it into at minimum at most 4 sections. So I could still have like 4 different areas. Like I could have bass, I could have like the lead, I could have
How many keys is it?
This one is 49, I think.
Okay.
It's essentially 1, 2, 3. It's 4 octaves. So 4 times 8, 48 plus 1. So yeah.
Wow.
That's
Well,
pretty dope.
So are you limited to the sounds it has, or can you program whatever you want into it?
It has an extensive synth built in. So I am limited to the sounds that it has. However, if we get more stage room, a lot of the places we've been playing lately have not had a lot of stage room, but it has it has MIDI out, so I could send the MIDI signal to, say, my Korg Kronos and get all the sounds off from that. Or it also has a built-in synth engine with the Roland's new Zen Core sound. So there's pictures of Jordan Rudis playing this. Like this is the keytar for this.
Did Jordan Roos invent it?
No.
Jordan
He
Roos
might have.
Jordan Roos is
He
the
probably had heavy input.
he's the keyboardist for Dream Theater. He's,
I mean, he's
one of the best.
he's probably one of the most famous keyboardists out there. I feel like as far as like the progressive or rock, metal or rock genres.
Yeah, it's him and the guy from Yes. What's his name again?
Did
Buddy
he
Holly.
die?
No, he's still alive.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
No.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, bam,
First name
boom,
Emerson,
bam,
last name
bam.
Lake and Palmer.
His name's like Rick or
From the
Rick
beginning.
something. Yes, keyboardist. Let's see.
You guys don't know that song?
No.
We don't know your boomer music.
You don't know From the Beginning?
It was Rick Wakeman. That's his
Oh, Rick Wakeman.
yeah.
This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I played this in college.
I really only know the
Do-do-do.
Lucky Man song, which has that cool keyboard solo in it.
Do-do-do.
But a lot of their stuff is basically like classical.
This?
No,
Emerson,
not
Lake
this
and
song,
Palmer.
but like this band.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like
this is-
straight up classical.
this
Like, it's not even
literally-
progressive, it's
this
just
is-
classical.
This is just 2 guitars and a bass.
But some of
And
the stuff
and
has like
some-
full strings and everything.
This is animals as leaders before they became animals
Here you
as
go.
leaders.
And we're pulled again. Now we're down to half. Now we're down to half a billion.
Yeah, we've definitely been
But
demonetized.
we still haven't started the next segment. But at this point, it deserves another sponsor because we have all
Definitely,
the sponsors. They're giving us money. This one, they actually give us free food. So it's pretty sweet.
I'm fucking hungry, so.
All right, I got to read this thing. Sorry.
I already
you're-
sponsored McDonald's. So.
Oh yeah, we got another one. If you are drunk, hungover, or on drugs, come on down. Sorry, or coming down from drugs, or any combination of these, Denny's welcomes you all. Come in and get a Graham Slant in you. We named all our food after baseball because we are as American as apple pie, but we don't recommend our apple pie. There is no place cheaper or sadder, and we are committed to delivering on that promise. The waitresses are salty and tired of dealing with all you deplorables. The guy at the front will not seat you or split your check, and somehow it's usually raining. Denny's got milk?
And did you hear what that said? No. He said, "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" It's a hardcore band playing at a Denny's. This is a legendary meme. You guys don't know what the fuck is up, Denny's?
Mike, you're all about the memes, man. We're not on top of these
man,
things.
there you go.
Are they performing at a Denny's?
Yeah, they're performing at a Denny's. Greatest thing ever. He's got like a mace. There's like a Mesa half stack in here. Anyway, my favorite memory in this band of Denny's is when we played. We'll just call it the nursing home.
Yes. Sandpiper in.
And we played it the weekend before the world shut down, and everyone was like, "Oh, look, a fucking virus." One lady was like, "A vaccine can't protect you from a virus." I was like, "Oh, lady."
Was that one of the last
Never
ones
mind.
Was that one of the last ones you did before COVID?
It was the last one.
Really?
The last one. And then,
those
so we did that one, and we went to Denny's, and little did we know the world would be forever changed at that Denny's afterwards. What we're trying to say is COVID spawned from the Denny's in Newburgh, New York.
You know, how many of the people at that show are still alive right now?
I've thought about that too. There's a lot of really old people.
And COVID.
And COVID was maybe around.
The median age was like 79, 82. I mean, it was way up there. Oldest crowd we've ever played for.
We played Africa that show.
So I haven't been paying
the
attention.
only time we ever played Africa. Thanks, Jay.
I haven't been paying attention for like the
No,
last 20 minutes.
We played
What
that
are we
Hudson
talking
Room.
about?
We played at Hudson Room once.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think we played that twice.
Yeah. Can we play it more?
Oh,
he's got the keyboard now. He's got
but
the
do me a
guitar.
favor, don't play it on my own worst enemy. Please grab the please grab a bass guitar, not a key guitar.
Because you're not gonna do like a synth thing on that song, right?
No, it's got picked bass. It's got all sorts of synth bass. It's got slap bass.
Right, but like the purpose of it is so you can do bass on a song, and if the song happens to also have a synth part, you then do the synth as well.
Sure.
But if the song doesn't have any synth at all, you're doing a regular bass guitar, correct?
Yeah. Or just bass sounding notes, sort of like.
All right, well, we have officially turned into the Doors, and he's just going to play bass on an organ. Apparently.
No, because like for Weezer, I could be like.
Oh God! The surprise is getting a little worse.
Oh yeah. No. You guys aren't. You don't even know the half of the surprise yet.
Is next practice going to be all guitar?
It might be.
Oh boy.
Well,
Well, let's start this next segment, which was song arrangements. It was supposed
it
to
wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be Old Man Nick. God
That was supposed
damn
to be
it.
last.
All right. We've already gone over a lot of time, but it's fine.
Have
Let
we?
me check my watch.
That's all right. We can save song arrangements for later. All right, go ahead.
Jay's
Old man
not
Nick's
wearing
turn.
a watch. He just checked his empty wrist.
If we're doing Old Man Nick, I'm going to need a little bit more beer.
A little bit more beer.
Yeah, it can be of a lousy beer. It doesn't matter.
Why
I
are
need
you
something.
so sensitive that you can't explain?
I got nothing to sip on. Give me something to sip.
He needs something to wet his.
He's
his
like, you
palate.
got any Tums?
I need a Werther's.
I'm more of a Rolaids man.
Rolaids.
I take Lasnoprol every day so my heartburn doesn't flare up.
All right, so apparently I do old stuff. I am an old man, and also I'm like 13 years old at the same time.
All right, Nick is 35 years old, but he's also the youngest boomer I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
Well, Mike's fingies hurting from so much editing.
I think we found the title for this podcast.
Well.
My fingies hurting.
My fingies hurt.
Parentheses, fingies hurting.
So we want to introduce a ongoing segment. We'll keep this one short, called Old Man Nick, where we just talk. Where we just that's the noise I make. I go,
That's him getting up from the toilet.
for the 5th time in 1 hour.
His prostate, you know.
So Nick has a tendency to just ask questions if he were just a boomer about technology and just things in general. And it always just really just gives me the chuckles. I'll be honest with you. That is something Nick would say, the chuckles.
I would not say the truth. Whatever, go ahead.
He thought about that. He's like, he would say
I'm
the
going to go
chuckles.
along with what you guys say. Go ahead.
All right, first example. Nick's like, let me take a photo for Instagram of your guitar. I'm like, all right. I look at the photos later. He took 3 videos.
You gave me the phone already on video.
No, you hold down the button and it takes a video, Nick.
No, it wasn't. It was set on video.
Oh my
I'm
god.
telling you.
Anyway.
Then you change it to photo.
I didn't realize it was on
Nick
video.
was solely responsible for running the Instagram for a month. I said, Nick, next like the photos are cut off. We have like we have like an image of like all our shows coming off, and like the top and bottom is gonna cut off. He's like, how do I show the whole image? I'm like, Nick, you zoom out on it. He was like, what? I was like, you zoom out on it, Nick. You just zoom out on it.
Why would it be zoomed already? And also never wanted anything to do with it.
He's like, how do I print this on my dot matrix printer?
I have a parallel wire. It's got 47 pins on it.
Still using DOS.
I have an idea for a theme song for this. So it's like 3 seconds long. It's just like, that's Nick's prostate. And it's got like poppy music.
My prostate's just like throbbing or just slowly getting bigger. It's like explodes or some shit. It's like just a balloon blowing up. So he just spit out his mouth full of beer because he's laughing so hard. Oh, wait, throw up. Don't throw up. Please don't throw up.
I think Jay just.
You're okay. Swallow it down.
Come back to us, Jay.
I'm here. Why do I taste peanut butter?
Do you want to go to the bathroom? Why don't you go to the bathroom?
Well, Jay died. Listeners, we resuscitated him. He's back now. He almost died while holding up his fucking guitar like a legend. Well,
What was so funny?
Sundown prostates.
Throbbing.
I wonder why this room always smells so rancid at the end of every practice.
No, that's the first time. And that's y'all's fault.
Holy shit. Well, I actually had to search in the chat for Old Man Nick TM. Hold on. This is trademark. Don't try to ever steal this. And copyrighted.
He mailed it to himself.
All rights reserved. He mailed them to himself. Yeah, that's how I say copyright stuff.
Certified.
No, I just go out to the street and I yell, "It's copyrighted!" All right, while you're looking for that, I'll do this day in music history. There's actually a lot today. Adam Yao, MCA from Beastie Boys, died today. Moment of silence. He was awesome.
I was already quiet.
This one you guys would actually be interested in. Metallica versus Napster started today.
Oh wow!
Oh shit! We
Wow,
should have saved the last.
we missed it by a week.
Yeah. Jagged Little Pill went number 1 starting today. It
That's
started as number one
another
today.
week late.
Courtney Love put her house that she had with Kurt Cobain up for sale today after he died. And birthdays, Mike Dirnt. I forgot who that was. Who's Mike Dirnt again?
He's the guy that died of AIDS in the 80s.
No, Mike Durant's the bass player of Green Day.
Yeah, there you
died
go.
of AIDS in the 80s.
Also Lance Bass.
Also died of AIDS in the 80s.
The Long Lost Jackson I didn't know existed. Jackie Jackson.
Also died of AIDS.
How is there a Jackie Jackson? It sounds like something I would make up.
So I remember what it was now. Nick said, no, we're interrupting this.
Go ahead.
I said, yo, check out this last vid I sent on Insta. I said, okay, let me click on this. If Green Day did Jimmy Margaritaville, I said to Nick, stop trying to make Jimmy Buffett happen. It's not going to happen.
Jimmy Buffett is an American treasure. Everyone knows it.
At least once a week, Nick is like, maybe we just did Margaritaville like once. the people would respect us and would call me sir. when I entered, I would get my senior citizen discount when I asked for it.
At Denny's.
At Denny's.
Also,
my
the
God.
front man for the New Radicals, Greg Alexander, was born today.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, wow.
So wait, did he go back in time and record those albums or what?
Oh, right, he wasn't born today. On this day, like 50 years ago, he was born. Sorry.
Oh, 50 years ago?
Okay, another one. Nick, watching animals as leaders. Where the fuck do they get these guitars? Drummers using the wrong kit for the band needs to be scaled down DT kit. Is the other guitarist doing a bass tone? Question mark.
It looks like it's 2 guitarists.
Guitars have more than 6 strings. Is what I said to him.
It's like 8 or 9. Dude, all right, for our listeners, look up Animals as Leaders. They use these weird guitars that I can't think of one professional band that uses guitars anything remotely resembling those.
Dream Theater.
They don't. He has
yes,
his
he
own
does.
Music
Yes, he
Man
does.
things.
Top of the World. Actually, there's 2 or 3 tracks on
my
that
God.
on that album that are recorded with 8
He's
strings.
talking about a band that's been around for 30
Animals
years.
as
He's going to quote
Leaders.
their last 3 months. I know, that's the end of your list.
That's the end of my list.
The frets, the neck of the guitar is all slanted and weird, and there's like 10 strings to it, and it's very unique. I was complimenting them.
All right, last one. We'll have examples every week, audience.
Oh, yeah.
This is a never-ending piece of content we have here. Nick, how do I get the reel on Instagram to not show a blank yellow page?
What do you mean?
Nick, you hit enter cover. It tells you right there, and you just slide it across. Oh. How do you do that? Anyway, we love you, Nick.
Speak for yourself.
We love you and your prostate.
My prostate is on the fritz.
Go get an exam.
I will try. Music current event. I'm switching current events to just music ones from now on. Now that we did all the rat, we covered all the rat music.
I actually have a current event.
Oh, you do? Good. Oh, well, all right.
No, you go first.
I just
You
have
go
a
first.
tiny one. Just released in this past week was Rush Signal's album 40th anniversary, and I was really upset about it because Rush has started to do these 40th anniversary albums, and there's always like an outtake track or an extended version, and then literally like a whole live album, or maybe even other bands covering that. They had Foo Fighters covering one of their songs on an album, and Signals. I was really looking forward to it. Literally nothing. The release is just pamphlets and artwork from the album, and that's it. There's no live tracks, nothing extra. It's the same 8 songs that there was in the album. It's the same remix they did of it in 2013. It's nothing's new at all except you get more artwork. Really disappointed.
I'm trying my hardest to care.
I know. And then I'll give you
It's just not
really
happening.
quick. I looked up upcoming album releases in the very near future, and some interesting ones. Ed Sheeran, no one cares. Jonas Brothers, no one cares.
I have the one I have.
I love Jonas Brothers.
The one I have is for Ed Sheeran. It's a very big deal.
I was going to bring that up too. So
Go for it.
okay, so Ed Sheeran is being sued. Do you have the conclusion of this?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so Ed Sheeran, last I heard, was being sued by the Marvin Gaye estate for copying "Let's Make Love." No, what's the song called?
What's Going On?
What? No. It's not "What's Going On."
Yeah.
No. That's it's "Let's Get It On." That's what it's called.
Let's get it on.
So he's being sued by copying Let's Get It On for his song Thinking Out Loud. If you listen to them, they both are very, very similar. They're both about the same pace, around 80, 81, 82 beats per minute. Back in the day when Marvin Gaye recorded his album, they didn't have like click tracks to play to, so it's a little bit more fluid than Ed Sheeran's. But Ed Sheeran's is around 80 beats, so it's a little bit slower. Ed Sheeran's is half a step lower, but both of them have the same exact chord progression. Ed Sheeran's, the form of his song is much different than Marvin Gaye's. But there's a lot of similarities, and because of that, Marvin Gaye's estate is suing Ed Sheeran for $100 million.
That's a lot. And
That's a lot of money.
Where do they come up with these numbers? Do you think they're going to win?
Okay, Mike has the answer because they've been in court all week. I think they're not going to win. And because my rationale is that everybody copies everybody in pop music.
Ed Sheeran wins copyright case over Marvin Gaye's
Yes!
Let's Get It On. The pop star was accused of copying the 1973 classic for his 2014 hit Thinking Out Loud. He described the chords both used as common building blocks.
So the chord progression for Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud is D to...
This is
Marvin Gaye. 4, 5, 1,
Karaoke version.
3, 4, 5. What's interesting is they both hit the chorus at exactly 24, 25 seconds.
Yeah, it is pretty simple. I can hear it now.
They go through all four chord progressions. Let's get it on. That's like 24 seconds right in, or about 25. Same thing with Ed Sheeran.
When your legs don't work like they used to before,
Half step down,
Yeah.
and I can't sweep you off of your feet,
a little bit slower.
And cancel.
will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
But it's still 1, 3,
Will your eyes still smile
4,
on the cheek?
5. Right at 25 seconds, chorus.
Will
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, and that's not the first time. That's not the first time that Marvin Gaye State's been trying to sue for that.
Oh, no. It's been like every other year. He's just like...
Yeah. They tried to do it to Robin Thicke for Blurred Lines.
I think they won that.
I think they did, yeah.
They won
that was
that.
like, what, 2010-ish, around in there?
And I don't think it was that long ago. But I'm pretty sure they definitely won that one.
The only way I would side with Marvin Gaye in Let's Get It On, there's a line where he sings "Baby, oh no no" or something like that, and it sounds exactly like Ed Sheeran singing "Thinking Out Loud" or whatever, and it's exactly at the same chord progression. It's not exactly at the same time within the song, but when you listen to Marvin Gaye sing it, it sounds like Ed Sheeran singing Thinking Out Loud. It's weird.
Robin Thicke, Pharrell Williams paid $5 million to Marvin Gaye.
That's not that bad. So if they paid $5, how are they looking for $100 for those other ones? Jeez.
Probably because that's
Marvin
Marvin
Gaye's
Gaye's
$7 million.
Inflation.
It was like, oh no, it was later reduced to $5.3 million.
Yeah, so it was Marvin Gaye's probably biggest song. Like no one knows anything else by Marvin Gaye.
Here's Blurred Lines versus Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, this one was really close.
Hey, hey, hey.
This song's so bad. This is Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's worthy of getting sued.
Yeah, this is
sure.
like identical.
Is that you going back and forth, or did you find a recording of it?
No, this is it on YouTube. Yeah.
I was about to give you mad props for going back and forth.
That was good.
The lyrical delivery is so different, though. But the beat is, and the feel
And
is
the
very much
cowbell
same.
and the cowbell and everything.
Yeah, it's like they just took the whole backing track and redid the vocals.
They might as well just sampled it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they should've.
it's way closer than Ed Sheeran.
yeah. One of the crazier ones was John Fogerty, the lead singer and rhythm guitarist thing. Creedence, yeah. He got sued by Creedence after he went solo. One of his solo songs was too similar to a Creedence song that he wrote.
That's ridiculous.
So he's in court with a guitar at the stand trying to prove that it's different.
That's what Ed Sheeran was like. This entire last week and a half or so, he was in the courtroom trying to play his song and prove that he didn't copy shit.
Also on May 19th, Dave Matthews Band is dropping a new album. Boom. Foo Fighters' new album, June 2nd. That's a big deal. Taylor Hawkins is gone. I've tried finding information on this. It looks like, I'm guessing the drummer on is just Dave Grohl, and they haven't decided who their touring drummer is going to be yet.
Wait, what happened to Taylor Swift?
Taylor Hawkins,
Taylor Hawkins,
the drummer for Foo Fighters.
Oh, what's
He died heroin overdose.
Oh, haven't we all?
I thought it was more than just that.
It might have been.
He had a lot of things in his system.
I mean, was he jerking off when he was on himself from this closet or something?
Did he Chris Cornell himself?
Oh dear God!
The end of our podcast must be sponsored by a certain politician that really would like to bring more awareness to a
Yes,
certain
please end this
situation.
podcast and end my life after this podcast as well.
The end of this podcast is brought to you by Sandy Westerson. He sent us his third campaign ad, and I think there's music attributed to it as well.
He's spending all his money with us.
He is. He's going putting all his eggs in one basket. We're his only sponsor.
We better be successful, otherwise, this fucking road horse.
Oh man, I hope his broccoli and cheddar is okay.
Mike's fingies.
Yeah, especially my swing, because a special shout out to Mike, because for this one, Sandy, he's a boomer. He recorded this on 8-track, and Mike had to digitalize an 8-track to get it onto this podcast. For all Spotify
I'll help
listeners.
with the sound.
It's actually pretty accurate right there.
It's actually pretty good.
All right, so let's press play on the digitalized 8-track.
All right, Jay, shut the fuck up.
All right, here we go.
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up.
All right, press play. My fellow Americans. My name is Sandy Westerson. I was running for president for the People's Party. However, as much as I was trying to convince my constituents that they would just not see the importance of how speed bumps are destroying our front axles, lives, and our country. As they do not share the same values as me and many of my beloved Americans, I have decided to leave the People's Party and form my own party, the Speed Bumps Can Go to Hell Party. In my new party, we will only discuss the really important issues. Do you know how much a front axle for a 91 Volvo costs? They do not make them anymore. Let's please end this bureaucracy and make America flat again. Come on, people.
Come on, people.
We would like to thank Sandy Westerson for his
Sandy
continuous
Westerson.
sponsorship of
Come on, people.
Ear Sausage Studios.
I can get behind that campaign ad right there.
Come on, people.
Come on, people. Wait, what?
Say it one more time.
Come on, people. Come on, people.
And
yeah.
with that, we've been sued by the Marvin Gaye.
Is there
estate.
anyone we haven't been sued by yet? Shout out to someone we haven't been sued by.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jase.
I'm Nick.
We're in a band.
We're in a band.
Kinda.
Kinda. Until the Saturday where we kick Jay out of the band for bringing his guitar.
Until the lawsuits.
Thank you, Sandy
start rolling
Westerson.
Thank you, Sandy Westerson.
Thank you, Denny's.
Thank you, Denny's.
Thank you, Politics.
Also, what the fuck is up, Denny's? And we'll see you next time. All 7 billion of you.